Welcome back to Playing Through It. This is a series where we take 2 hand traps and go up against them with 3 different hands and see what kind of end board that we can still put up playing through these different hand traps. So today's hand traps are Droll and Lockbird and Infinite Impermanence. Let's get into the video. This is the first hand. We're going to shuffle and get just a random hand and show you guys that we're not stacking it. So we shuffled. Here's 5. Let's see our hand. All right, I'm kind of liking it so far. It's not bad at all. I think we can definitely play through this. The Droll and Lockbird is definitely gonna hurt us, but we can definitely figure it out. We're not gonna get our full board, but we're gonna still get a lot. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go send Engraver, and they're gonna droll us here. They have to. They droll us here, and it's like, okay. So now we're limited on certain things we can do. We can't add from Power Patron, but because we have Tania, we can do some stuff, but imperm kind of hurts this as well. So this end board is not gonna be the greatest, but it's gonna be something. So we're gonna go special summon Tania, anything? Nope, okay. We're gonna go activate effect to place. They're gonna go imperm, 6, so we're not gonna place. We'll go normal summon. And then here's 2 different places where we can go with this, which I think the right way is to go into Strelitzia, get Tania on board, and then have a hand rip and an ash, because obviously we're gonna synchro, we're not gonna get the ad off the Power Patron. Or we can go into the Fabled Monster and have a monster negate plus a ash, but I think the hand rip is probably the better move here. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go synchro 7. They have nothing here. Activate Strelitzia's effect, special back Tania, and then we kind of have to pass. So we pass here. We have a hand rip, special summon. Overall, this is kind of the end board with how we started. If we wanted to play around Droll with this, right? I think the proper move is to start with Tania, but like 99% of the time I'm probably gonna go Engraver. So we go Tania, activate effect, they imperm it, that's fine. We go summon, go into 7, activate Power Patron's effect. If we're playing around Droll, this is probably the most efficient way to do it. Add Fortuna, they droll us, but it doesn't really matter because now we go special Fortuna, Fortuna's effect to place the trap. Now we have trap on field. And then we can go Strelitzia's effect, bring back Power Patron, go into Dawn Dragster, and then we activate this effect, sending Engraver to target Tania, and then we get Tania out. So like, if we're playing around Droll, which most of the time I'm not, this is the board that we would end with. But most of the time I start Engraver, which seeing that now makes me not want to start Engraver, because that first search to be able to get Fortuna and get the trap on the field, I think is so much stronger to have the potential DDD. But in like a real life situation, they could have Nib in hand, they can have Droll, they could have Imperm, they could have 5 hand traps. We just don't know. Our deck, Droll hurts us a lot. Having Tania and Fortuna in hand already plays around Droll, obviously, but starting Engraver plays straight into Droll. So just off that first hand, this is what we have. We have the special summon back, level modulate, spell trap negate, hand rip, potential omni negate plus special summon back, and then an Ash Blossom. And then we don't have Lucina engrave, but we do have Fortuna. So like if we want to special back Fortuna and bounce a spell or trap, we have that as well. So overall, I think both end boards are good. Obviously this one is way better, but if you're gonna start Engraver first, you're playing into Droll. That's how I see it. I think this board though is what I would kind of want to end on, but with Engraver and Tania in hand, I think 90% of the time I'm gonna go Engraver first. So I think this is a really good board. Knowing that we're playing into those things, that first board is still decent enough, not knowing that we're playing into Droll. So let me know what your thoughts are on this first hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what this hand is. Okay, it's a little crazy. It's a little crazy, but I think we can play around these hand traps a little bit with this. So let's see how this goes. How do we start this? All right, so not knowing that we're playing the Droll, I'm probably gonna start with Tract first to see where things are going. So I'm gonna activate Tract, get Lurie. We're gonna discard Lurie, and then Lurie Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Droll. They're definitely gonna Droll us, and then Lurie comes out. All right, cool. So this is where we're at. We have an Imperm that we're gonna play up against. We're gonna go Lurie into Requiem. They have nothing here. Requiem effect. They can't Imperm it because there's nothing there. We go into Lacrima. So I'll go Lacrima. They Imperm. That's on field. So now we'll go Welcome Home. Activate. We can't add things, and we're not going to have a synchro. So this makes things difficult. This makes things very difficult. I don't know. I think in this situation, haven't normal summoned either. So we have a few options. Obviously, we don't have, like, if we go Fortuna here, the trap isn't an Omnigate, and it won't be an Omnigate because we won't be able to synchro because we don't have a level 9 to synchro into. But if we go something like Power Patron and put it in the center, we can activate Power Patron, making it a level 4. Then we go normal summon, and then we can synchro into 8. Put that there. And then honestly, I don't think we have much more that we can do here, right? Because we can't search. Fiendsmith's already done. We've already used this. So yeah, then we end with a hand rip and an Ash. And then hopefully that's enough. Probably isn't, but this is kind of the end board that I would probably go with if that was the case. Because Lacrima is going to be on the field anyways. So Fua wasn't going to be live at all. So to be able to utilize that as a level 4 makes things nice. So we get one hand rip and then Ash. If they don't pop this, we have follow up for the next turn to be able to play. And then yeah, that's kind of where things would go with this one. I don't think I would have played that any differently, which just kind of sucks. This end board isn't great. How would you guys play this one? Because I just think Droll really hurt this hand regardless. Would you guys have tried to go Welcome Home first? I don't think so because it locks you into synchros. But overall, I think this is probably, through Droll and Imperm and how we started, I think this is probably the best end board that we could have done. Droll just hurts too much sometimes, but overall, like you saw how that first hand was, it was nothing like this. At least we have some kind of interaction. Hopefully that's enough. Their 2 interactions was enough to stop us. So as long as we get some kind of follow-up and say what our top draw would be, like say this was our draw, boom, then like we can play, you know what I mean? This would come back in our standby. We probably would have already used this. This is 50-50 if it would have been popped or not. It might not have been popped because we probably already used the hand rip. Then we just go Lucina, search, and do our whole thing, you know? It's kind of just hoping and praying that 2 interactions is good enough, especially with a hand rip. That is the end board. We play through Droll and Imperm with, like, obviously we know we're trying to play through certain things, but taking the routes that don't necessarily play way too hard into certain hand traps is the approach that's going to allow you to get better and allow you to play through a lot more hand traps and certain things. And I just think even just with these 3 hands and like going over each hand multiple times has made me better tonight. So I hope you seeing my thought process and me working through these hands was able to make you see certain things and improve as well. So if there's anything that you saw that I didn't, just comment them down below, let me know, because that's what we're here. We're all here to learn and get better. But with all that being said, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, the rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.